Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in again. As you know, I'm Keisha Renee and this is my awesome husband.
I'm Jason, and guys, today on our episode we have a treat for you. We both took personality tests and we don't know what each other's results are, but we thought it would be kind of fun and kind of something cool to kind of do. So guys, while we roll the intro, what we want you guys to do is we want you guys to think about what you guys think of what we scored on our personality test or what our personality test results are. And welcome to Love is a Verb. All right, guys, so let's jump right into it. So again, we took our personality test and we wonder what everybody got. And I'm gonna grab my phone real quick to kind of give you guys a little bit about what the different types are. We took the DISC personality test and the D in. Now it's gone. Give me a second.
While you're pulling that up, I'm going to talk about how we even came to this idea because I'm so excited about it. We just feel like we both have such strong personalities that we were just like, okay, let's just take this test, see if this is true. A few people recommended it to me, and I know for you as well. So we're just like, let's just give it a shot, and why not do it for everyone to see?
100%. So it kind of moved me. So we took the DISC personality test, and I want to tell you guys. So the D in DISC is for dominance, the I is for influence, the S is for steadiness, and the C is for consciousness. So we took the test, and what this test does, it gives you your results kind of by each letter to kind of what you are, right? So so I'm going to guess now Keisha's what she is. I don't know. I'm not going to know what numbers they are, but based off of, and I'll read the definition to you so you guys understand, then we'll go in there. So for dominance, places emphasis on accomplishing results, the bottom line, confidence, motivated by winning, competition, and success. And now we're going to go into influence, places emphasis on influencing and persuading others, openness, relationships motivated by social recognition, group activities, and relationships. And we're going to go, here's steadiness, places emphasis on cooperation, sincerity, dependability, motivated by cooperation, opportunities to help, and sincere appreciation. And consciousness, person places emphasis on quality and accuracy, expertise, competency, motivated by opportunities to gain knowledge, showing their expertise and quality work. So without further ado, and I'm probably wrong, so I'm going to say this. Yes. I think Keisha is a high ID personality because that's how she is at home. But I think something slipped away, and I'm going to say she is a high SD personality. There it goes. SD. I don't know how close I am, but I'm going to say she's an SD personality, and I'm going to take a win in any order. I'm going to take a win if any one of those realms are right.
Wow, out of all the options there, high SD is your first. I mean, you said ID first, so which one? Which one would you say first would be your first choice?
So if I had to bet my life on it, I'm gonna go with ID.
Okay.
But like I said, your work personality somewhat different than your personal personality.
Definitely.
And
yeah.
your work personality is going to be the high SC. I get to witness some of the stuff that you know, because you really don't like stupidity. I get to witness that because you just don't like me when I be having these weird questions, and you be like, why are you asking me that? And I'm like, well, this is why. And you be like, that's kind of crazy. But that's my guess. That's my guess.
Well, I can't wait to like reveal like what it is, because I can't tell you if you're close or not, but I could see some of your logic, and I was kind of surprised to see, my results a little bit. But for you, definitely, I have to say, you guys, Jason's a high D. If D was the only option, D, high. You probably have like over 90 for D, I have to say. And then maybe for next option, between I and S, can you just name some of the top things that were for S?
I'll read the S again.
Okay.
Places emphasis on cooperation, sincerity, dependability, motivated by cooperation, opportunities, and help and sincere appreciation.
I feel like I want to say DS. And what was I again? It was like groups.
I places emphasis on influencing and persuading others, openness, relationships, motivated by social recognition, group activities, and relations. I feel like you're cheating.
You're high DS.
Okay.
I'm going with a high DS, and I know I was just clapping because I'm so passionate about that right now.
Yeah, you're like, I know.
Hopefully my mic's good.
I know my person.
Yeah, but I'm going with a high DS just because, like, you're dominant for sure, and I think that you really, really vibe with others. You're like, one of the things that you thrive off of is like building relationships and like, group settings. So I'm gonna have to go with high D, high S for you. Okay. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
We don't know. We're still wondering what you guys are guessing.
Excited.
What do you guys feel from either knowing us personally?
I would say after S, my next option would be I.
Okay.
So D, S, or D, I. One of those.
Okay, one of those.
Okay, definitely D though. You guys agree. I know whoever's watching at home agrees that Jason's a high D. That much we know for sure.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know. I haven't given you any results. I mean, I could be a SI. I could be a SC. I could
see SI, but definitely D. Like, there's no way. Yeah, you're very, I want to say aggressive in the way that you like whatever you're passionate about, you're very aggressive about it, and you're passionate. So that's why I say that. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So are we ready for you to
Let's
reveal?
Do it. So I have mine on the tablet. So let me grab that. Do you want to go first? Well, since you went first about like your guesses, I can go first on if you're correct. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay.
That sounds good to me. And then, guys, after we go through we'll go through some of what they are coaching us on and kind of what we're already working on in our current lives professional, which is kind of weird. It's kind of spot on. So
yeah. So all right, drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
I will go in order. So for dominance, that is my lowest.
Okay.
So I was surprised to hear you say dominance. I thought I was a dominant person. That's why I said I was kind of surprised. So I guess I'm not. Wow. So I have a 19 for dominance. This was not surprising. So influence, 96.
Oh.
Very, very high I.
Wow.
What did you say? DS? So you're already wrong. But
nope, I had I in there.
That was your second choice, but it's okay.
We're going to roll the tape back.
But it's okay. So yeah, I was high, 96. And then steadiness, so high S at 62. So that was the next one for me. And then conscientiousness, I'm a 40.
Okay.
So I'm definitely a high IS.
Okay. High IS.
Yeah.
Well, if you're, I guess in the scheme of things, I lost the bet because your boy over here
Tell me I'm right,
is
please.
very high D,
Yeah.
and very, very high I. So for D, I'm an 83.
Okay.
For I'm a 77. So I can kind of flip flop on the ID or the DI because that's
close.
very, very close.
Okay.
Now I think she said that there was some steadiness in there, which I have a 6 for steadiness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have a 6.
I thought you were high steadiness. Okay.
Yeah, apparently I don't place that much emphasis on cooperation and sincerity and dependability.
Cooperation?
And
That's
motivated by, I think I'm not necessarily motivated
Not
by
patient at
cooperation, and I'm not that patient. So I
Yeah.
think that's where I lost there though. But conscientiousness, I'm a 53. So I do place a lot of emphasis on quality and accuracy of people's opinions and my own things, and motivated by opportunities to gain knowledge, showing their expertise and quality of work. So that's my DISC behavior.
I think I know you more than you know me.
I don't think that.
I'm just joking.
No,
Totally kidding.
I know you say that a lot. But what I know is you in the public scheme of things care more about people's perception, and then the way you answer the questions, maybe you felt like, oh, well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Are you, which one are you referring to when you say I care about perception?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
so
sorry. Just trying to understand.
I feel like you're a dominant personality.
See, but I could speak to that. So, I'm dominant with you. Like, I'm not, when it comes to like work, like you were saying at work, I have a different personality. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm,
Right.
I'm like, avoid conflict.
And the reason for that is because you're like, avoid conflict.
Yeah. It's not that serious.
You're girl, lady, boy, you're stupid. you know that the way you're coming to what you think is right is stupid. But I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to be like, oh, it's okay, baby. And I, on the other hand, am like, that's stupid. Don't do that. Why would you even think like that? And then you tell me this all the time. And I see it, and I'm just like, can you just let your,
See, that's why, because I do it with you. But when it
Right.
comes, like, I'm comfortable with you. Like, not everybody gets to see that side of me where I'm just, like, frustrated and, like, speaking my mind. And, like, I hold all of that in. It's in my mind. It's in my thoughts. You know what I mean? So I don't, like, express that only to you. Because, like, if I can't express myself when I'm upset, how am I going to, like, get, I have to. So I know people work out for that. But I'm saying, like, talking to you about it helps a lot, and so you see a lot of that. And then
Right.
of course when we're in debates and stuff, you probably see a lot of that. But like, you're my husband. I think that's like normal. Like, like we're supposed to be able to do that for each other, like best friends would do.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I could see that. I was surprised though, because I felt like I was a little bit more dominant, but influence made like the absolute most sense. I mean, clearly, like I motivate others. I'm persuasive, openness, relationships, motivated by social recognition, group
Right,
activities.
which going back to the
Clearly.
tape, I guessed IS,
Yeah.
ID, IC. Those are all my guesses.
You said DI or DS?
I said ID.
Oh,
I said
ID.
high ID.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm high IS.
Right.
So, but I guess.
But I got the I part.
But I guess D.
Well,
I guess DS first and then DI, and I was right. You are a DI, right?
yes.
Boom.
She's happy that she guessed my personality type, which I wear. Everyone knows me. I wear it on my sleeves. I ain't hiding from nobody.
Right. It's not a surprise.
You coming, you gonna get this smoke. And I mean, I want to work with everybody. I want to make everybody my friend.
Yeah.
But I'm also a Capricorn, so once you cross me, you're dead to me. It's kind of the thing. I'm sorry. It's just.
Yeah, and I'm the person that gives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances, until it's like, I gave you how many chances I gave you, and then it's like, then you're dead to me. Yeah. Like you get lots of tries, but
you don't get too many with me.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So what things were on your list? I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna pick some coaching tips for you.
Okay.
What does it say for communication style?
So for communication style, I have a buttload of tips here. I have 5. So,
okay.
So we'll go with the first one. It says you likely enjoy making connections and interacting with people. This strength can come alive in your work when you have a networking event or are pitching an idea to a customer. Not sure if that was a tip or not.
That's on point.
Because that's, I mean, in a social setting, once I get comfortable, I'm pretty good. I struggle between I love being by myself and I love being around people. So sometimes I struggle between, do I really want to be here and be around all these people? If it's people I'm comfortable with, or in a work setting like real estate related or film related, I'm talking to everybody. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, I love that guy.
Read the room. You're like, I'm gonna go over here. Like you're very good at that, and like that's okay. What else does it say?
So you likely cheer on others to find new and exciting ways to work. Be sure to do this for yourself, to ask your teammates for new ideas on how to achieve goals for the good of the business.
I've been saying that. I've been telling you, you give so much advice to others. Take some of your own advice. You hear me say that a lot. All right. Do you want to read one more?
I can do one more, and then I'm interested to see what it says for you.
It says for me, okay.
It says you likely appreciate when others ask if they can help you get organized or pick up some of your more monotonous tasks. If you're currently bogged down by this type of work, try thinking of someone you can ask to help you out. Well, that's very true. I don't really like all the paperwork. I know I'm in real estate, I'm in film, pre-production, right? I don't really like all the paperwork stuff. But luckily, I'm married to someone that loves the paperwork.
So analytical.
And so I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? And she's like, okay, that works. This doesn't work. This, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Because I'm too busy trying to like go and kill and do. And I'll be like, this paperwork stuff, it saves your butt at the end of the day. So make sure no matter what you're doing, you get your paperwork right. It's important. But it's one thing that I just be like, I know what needs to be done, but I just would rather pass that off, if you will.
That's what I'm here for. So, I mean, that's not like what I'm here for, but what I'm trying to say. It's one of the reasons why we're together. So we work well together. We're business partners,
Yeah, we're a little opposite in some ways.
Yeah, and we complement each other in those areas where you feel like you could use the help. Same for me, where I feel like I could use the help. You're there to help complete that.
Yeah,
so
like you have no idea. Anytime I have to send a text out to someone, I have to be like, babe, is this politically correct?
So I'm the one texting you guys. No, I'm just joking.
I'm like, am I coming off a little harsh here?
Think about it. No, I'm just joking. No,
and she'll be like,
only sometimes.
She'll be like, maybe let's switch up this word to this word, and I'm like, okay, cool, because I'll just be like, but this is how it needs to be said. She's like, you get more with honey, so that's kind of how we work.
Yeah, I love it. Do you want me to read some communication
100%.
style? Okay. I have 7.
Wow.
Wonderful. All right. You likely see the good in others and encourage others by pointing out their strengths. I think that's obvious. You likely appreciate being told what is to come in the future so that you are well prepared. I am all about preparation, and I am huge on being realistic in your goals, which we talk about a lot.
I don't live in this realm, guys.
He's a dreamer. So, I mean, my Capricorn
Don't stop
dreamer.
dreaming, guys. Don't stop dreaming.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but I believe in short-term to long-term goals. So you have to have a plan to get to where you want to be.
I have a plan. I have it all written down.
Okay. I think that's great that you have like where you want to be in the future. You think far out. You're like, like this is where I want to be. But then it's like, how long do you think it's going to take you to get there? And it's like, I'm going to get there in a year. And I'm like, a year?
Yeah.
Like
life happens fast.
Wow. So I'm thinking shorter term plans.
Yeah. We've broken those down. We have those, but yeah.
But I think preparation is key, and I understand some things you don't need to prepare for, which I'm working on. You're helping me with that. I will read a couple more. Ooh, okay. You may tend to think as you are talking, therefore you might be very talkative, potentially too much in meetings. Be intentional to give others time to talk and listen to what they have to say. What do you think about that?
I feel that's absolutely false.
I do say I talk a lot.
You talk a lot to me. When around other people, you be like, yeah.
I've been holding back a lot, but when I don't hold back, I speak up. So.
Yeah, I mean, no, but it's saying that you're overly talkative, and it's saying like I have that issue, and that's one of my coaching tips is, like listen to other people talk. And
curious about that one.
Mainly, I try to listen to other people talk, but sometimes I do kind of get off on my tangents, and I probably can work on that a little bit.
Yeah, I was just kind of looking to see, like, is there anything that stands out? Anything else?
All right, so I want to go to one.
Yeah.
And then here we go.
Yeah.
I got 13 of these. Work style.
Oh, okay. Yes, I want to hear this. Let's go.
So we'll read the first one. When trying to get people on board, know that your natural style could come across as aggressive to others who may work differently than you. While you likely enjoy being bold, fast-paced, and quick to act, others have different styles that need to be taken into consideration. I could see that, but I mean, I'm in an industry where if you're not trying to go fast, you're not trying to go.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, especially like, like I could see that, when I'm doing like movie stuff or film stuff, like we definitely want to go, go at a good pace, but still make sure we get the artistic, creative things out that we need to. But in the real estate realm, guys, if anybody's watching, you're trying to get into real estate, it's a tough industry, and if you're not trying to go as fast as you possibly can from day one, you shouldn't be going. And it took me a while to learn this.
Yeah, that's what I would say. It takes a lot of patience, because like it's not going to happen. Like sometimes it happens for some people right away, you know what I mean, with the right connections or whatever, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to take a lot of patience and a lot of dedication and time.
Yeah.
So okay.
And I'm gonna read one more.
Yeah, I was gonna say read some more, because you said you had 13.
Yeah, I have 13
okay.
of these topics for work style. And this is because I'm artistic. I got ADD a little bit. I'd rather do artsy stuff than business stuff. So this one flows right there. Because so many things interest you, you may tend to overextend yourself. Which core things interest me. Like, this podcast interests me. Video production in general interests me. Real estate and real estate investing interests me. Writing interests me. All the things that kind of make me interest me. And I for a long time I was like, oh man, I can only do this one thing. But when we sat down earlier in the year, my wife was like, you're killing me. You got to do all the things. You know, if you gotta do all the things one week and the next week you're doing a totally different thing, I don't care. Just do whatever makes you feel good and happy. And actually, it's building me. Like I didn't like. I'm using this. This is the platform. I have a skill set. This is cool, and I'm turning it. Don't normally like being on camera, but I'm turning it towards our beautiful faces. You know, but that's kind of cool. That's kind of spot on.
Nice. What do you want to hear?
So
motivation, leadership, conflict triggers.
Let's go to conflict triggers. This is gonna be fun.
I have three. I have three. All right. So conflict triggers. You are likely to be uncomfortable with conflict. Yes, that's true. So much that you would rather adapt to the situation instead of address it. Yeah, I definitely do that. Like I said, like I tend to like sit back and I'm like, it's not that serious. It's not enough. I don't like to give put my energy in places where it could take me out of my element. Like I will be like, no, if it's going to affect my energy in a negative way, I'm not for it. I will just adapt. I'll adapt and I'll move on. And then that's been working for me actually. You know, sometimes I get wrapped up in some situations I'm not supposed to, but I find a way out.
Yes,
so,
100%.
And I know you have a lot to say about that, but I really don't like. If I have to be in conflict, I will. Like if I have to be, I just prefer not to be, and it's more of an energy thing for me. That's the reason why. There's no other reason why. It's just more of an energy thing. I'm just like I don't want to waste my energy on it. So let's see what it says next. You may enjoy favorable working conditions with freedom from conflict and little accountability or no need to resolve conflicts. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Yeah, it's basically saying the same thing, right?
Yeah, basically saying the same thing.
Yeah. You likely avoid conflict when dealing with unfamiliar circumstances and people who are highly assertive. You may benefit from finding a resource such as a person or a process to create a buffer to help navigate the situation.
Oh yeah,
I love
that's
that.
you, because you'll be like, oh, you mad because you wrong? Look at the process.
Yeah.
This is how you do this.
The facts. Bring the facts in. You know, that has helped me so much, having examples, getting prepared to show you like, okay, let's talk about why, like what was your logic behind this? You know, and then, okay, that was your logic. I can see that. Well, let's talk about how we could make it better. And then having like, this, I'm showing you what you said here. You know, so that definitely helps. Okay, so it's basically telling me I like to avoid conflict. Those are my triggers.
Yeah. No.
What are your triggers?
So it says I have one conflict trigger.
Wow. Okay.
And it says you're likely highly driven, perhaps impatiently so. This may lead you to overstep authority, act before slowing down, to carefully listen, and jump too quickly to implement what you think should be done. All of which may cause conflict. If conflict arises, try to slow down to listen and be curious about necessary boundaries and unintended consequences. Consider this information to help you take more effective action in the future.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. How many times do I tell? We just talked about this yesterday. I was telling you, you hear me, but you're not listening to me. We were just talking about it, and you repeated what I said and went back to like why I forgot what it was about, but went back to why you were right. And I was like, but you're not hearing what I'm saying. Like we're talking about two completely different things. We're talking about two completely different things.
No, he wasn't talking about two completely different things.
Talking about waking up early.
No, this was not waking up early. See, she's trying. This was okay. So we gonna talk about it. So I was in the kitchen. She saw me washing the dishes. So I don't know this, maybe she said.
No, we were talking about waking up early. It was sitting at the table because I was telling you about how I wanted to do some workouts at home and I wanted to do some workouts at the gym.
Oh, so we had two different conversations.
Yeah, no, the one I'm referring to for this was that.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
The other one's not even related.
It's not related? I feel like it's related, but we won't go into that one. All right, so no, all I was saying in that. Okay, I'm just gonna say, cool. Yep, you're right, because I'm doing it right now. I'm doing what they tell me. I'm doing it right now. So,
yay! I'm so happy about this. Okay, some good came out of this. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
maybe when we start doing these debates, you just got to turn the camera and be like, I'm gonna just be like, cool, you right, you know.
I love it. Yeah.
But I feel like I was still right.
I know you were right, and that's what I'm saying. So you were right, but that wasn't my concern. Like, I do believe that I can get up early. That's not my concern. My concern is the fact that if I don't make it to the gym, I won't work out. Like, just because if I don't make it, I'm just like, that's what's currently happening.
That's everybody. That's me.
Yeah.
If,
so I'm like,
if I like, that's why I say it's the habits, guys. And I live by the habit of waking up at between 4:15 and 5 o'clock every morning and getting into the gym. Because if I don't, once my day starts, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm trying to meet all these goals, if I don't habit all this stuff, and this is just what works for me. And sometimes I'm sorry, I place what works for me on you because I feel like if it's working for me, just a random person, it could work for you. But
I think there's anything wrong with that.
You know,
I personally feel like that's fine.
But sometimes going the way I go about it could be better. We're learning.
And just awareness that like it may not work for everyone else. So yes, pushing it on and saying like, hey, this works for me. It might work for you, but also being considerate to think, okay, well, it also might not.
Yeah.
You know. So I wanted to read one more, just off of leadership. But I don't know. Here we go. When in leadership roles, don't be shy about pointing out flaws. You may be hesitant to do so, given your positive nature, but you are an ideal person to offer critique, as you will most likely do so in a kind and caring way. Constructive criticism will help your team improve and grow.
100%.
So true. I just love that. I really just wanted to read it because when I read it, I was like, that is like my main thing right now is focusing on radical candor. If you haven't read the book, get it. I haven't fully read the book, but I definitely understand the concept of it, and that's something I'm trying to instill. So that is exactly what this is saying.
That's cool. And guys, if you guys want to check out the disc that we use, we'll put the link to it in the bio. I'm trying to find the name. It's Cloverleaf disc. So if you go to cloverleaf.me/disc, you can take the same disc test that we took and let us know what your results are. We'd be happy to kind of know.
Yeah.
And again, this is, I kind of knew what my disc personality was going into this challenge.
Okay.
I have, just in full transparency, I've taken this test before, so that way I know how to read other discs and their personalities, because especially in what I do is like the quicker you can read someone, the quicker you can change and become this will sound bad, but become what they want to hear and sound like, so that they feel like they can work with you. And that's basically, so like knowing what all the discs are and how they communicate and interact with each other is kind of cool. And what I found out is, even though I'm a high DI, I try to hide it because...
You mean DS?
No, I'm a high DI.
Was it I?
Yeah, it was I.
Oh, it was I. Okay, I wanted you to be DS so bad.
No, yeah, I had a 6 for S, so S is like the
Gotcha.
very
That's
bottom.
Right.
But because I'm a high DI, and a lot of times like people think high DI people are not the most likely people to be around in some cases. Except for me, people tend to like being around me for whatever reason, which is cool. But you take it, you know what your personality is, you kind of know like what triggers you and what could trigger others to kind of benefit you in the long run. I think that's definitely important. So we did it. And was really shocked on what hers was. I didn't trigger that. I didn't figure that because I guessed it a little bit, but it was pretty spot on.
It makes a lot of sense. And I would love for you guys to let us know below like what you thought that we were before we revealed to you what our results were. It's always fun to just hear, from you guys, and would love to know if you've taken this test before and what your results were. Just share a little with us. It'd be kind of cool to hear like what some of you guys are, and if you think that this is accurate. Personally, I feel like this is definitely accurate. Hearing about like what your results were, as well as mine in some instances, if you think about it, so it's kind of cool to see that. So this is pretty accurate. I definitely recommend it. This is my first time taking it, so it was really cool just to see like what the results are. So don't forget to like, subscribe as well, and hit the notification bell just to stay in tune. We have more videos coming soon. We'll do a little bit more things like this, some more fun stuff, so that way you can get to know us a little bit better. And as always, we really appreciate you guys for watching and hope you have an awesome day.
Peace.